Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Wizard101. In the last episode we finished up we went through most of the Tomb of Storms. In fact, we're doing the last dungeon of Krokotopia today and finishing up, well, everything in Krokotopia. We also got our level 22 spell, what is it? Ice Wyvern, along along with that, we also did the Prospector Z quest off-screen. Well, not necessarily off-screen, just off-screen for those who didn't care to watch it, that is. Anyway, in this episode, we are going to be going through the Temple of Storms and finishing up Krokotopia, as I had already mentioned. And even though it's a final dungeon of a world, it's very easy to solo. In fact, there are only two final dungeons. There are only two final dungeons in the first story arc that I recommend getting help for. And those are the one from Marleybone and the final world. Everything else you can solo just fine. There are technically a few side worlds that are that would be a bit that you probably what am I trying to say here? There are a couple of side worlds that would probably be easier if you did them with other people, and I'm gonna be doing them with other people. It's just kind of a pain in the butt to get people to do it with you.
Krokotep ensured only the worthy could enter the inner sanctum. If you dare step onto the teleporter at my right to try the test of strength, see if you can defeat the Son of Storms.
Shouldn't be that difficult. Well, first off, we gotta beat Tempestra, which won't be hard. I'm gonna show these. Now, instead of immediately jumping into, instead of immediately going into Marleybone, like some people probably would, I am actually going to do a world known as Wisteria first. It's a very quick world. It won't last us, like, it won't take too terribly long. It's just, I want to do that world first before getting into Marleybone. It would technically go faster if I did it later on in the game, but quite frankly, I don't want to wait. I really, really don't. So, especially since it's not, especially since, as far as I can remember, there's only one school that ever needs to go there for something. And that is Life for its level 88 spell. Yeah, that's a while away. That's a while away. So, in case you're wondering what the level cap is, it's currently 110. Yeah, we got a while to go because we're only at level 20. Especially since the worlds start getting longer and longer. Even though the amount of levels you gain is still only 20. Or not 20, 10. 10 per world, you dolt. Although, the first world of the third arc isn't actually all that long, especially in comparison to certain second arc worlds. Heck, I'm not even entirely sure it's as long as the final world of the first arc, which is saying quite a bit, actually, because the final world of the first arc is long. Dead. Hooray for enchants. Also, hooray for no minions. That's helping out a lot here. I don't need 3 frickin' ice wyverns. That's more than a little ridiculous. Really? Really? You had to do that. You abso-friggin-lutely had to do that, didn't you? Ah, whatever. The good news is that... Ooh, hey, I don't think I need another hit in order to kill him with the Ice Wyvern. Really can't wait till we reach level 26, so that way we can get friggin' Blizzard, because that'll be nice. It'll be nice to finally be able to kill everything in one hit. Whoa! Finally frickin' done.
You have passed the test of strength, but will you pass the next test? We shall see. We value intelligence as well as strength. Think you're clever enough? Then step onto the teleporter at my left and try the test of aptitude.
It's really not that hard a test.
Those things that live must shine bright. Those things that do not live must remain dark.
Basically meaning, in no particular order, the tree, the snake, the bird, and the bug must all be lit up. The moon's a bit deceiving considering the fact that it has a face on it, but that's not it. And for this one, you gotta turn the lights, you gotta turn the suns off, and the moon's on. It's not that hard. I think there's a weird, like, thing with the moons that, in that they turn each other on, but I can't remember. Yeah, one of them is a bit weird like that, but doesn't matter. All right, and this one is also very simple. This one is also very simple. If you need to, you can turn the braziers to fire, so that not fire, to storm, so that way you can actually read the book. But it's very simple. Sun, tree, snake, and finally bug. It is not that hard. Basically what the book says is that the sun shines on the tree shades the snake tries to hunt the bug, and then the bug runs away. It's not that hard.
Very well. You have passed both the test of strength and the test of aptitude. Prepare to enter the inner sanctum at once.
It's really not that hard. Anyway, moving right along. Hopefully I don't run into anything. Also, in case you didn't realize, we do get a spell quest. We do get a spell from doing this quest, which is awesome. And we also come very, very close to leveling, which is kind of nice. I think in total, 9 times 3 is 270. 2070 because it's 900 actually. 2070 plus 180 is 2,880 experience from doing this one dungeon. It's a lot.
Who dares enter my inner sanctum? You, a member of the Order of the Fang?
How could you tell? I don't have the badge on.
No doubt you've come for the Croconomicon.
No crap.
It shall never fall into your foul hands. Prepare to be vanquished.
Says the alligator / crocodile. I can't really. I've never been able to tell which. That wears lipstick. Is the lipstick really a necessary thing, Krakapatra? Just gotta ask. Because if it is, then what are you doing? And why is it supposedly a necessary thing? Hopefully I can find a wand hit soon. Nope. Of course, no friggin' wand hits for me. In that case, I'm just gonna smack him with this instead and hope I can get a power pip so I don't have to waste too much time doing that again. In case it isn't obvious, weakness becomes a lot more of a pain in the butt later on in the game because you get more powerful spells. I am actually going to save that yeah, I'm gonna save the Ice Wyvern for Miss Patra. Miss Krok Patra. Because, quite frankly, I don't want to waste it on the minion now that I've actually smacked it in the face a little bit. Yeah, this boss can be a little bit This boss can be a little bit annoying thanks to the fact that it's double storm, but it shouldn't be too bad. Honestly, the people that are going to have the worst time with this boss are storms themselves, because you have to prism both, and obviously you have very little health compared to them, and they also have very powerful spells like Mr. Storm Shock here. Ow! That took off 1/3 of my health. I'm very tempted to not put on an ice armor, use a pixie. Putting on an ice armor would not really be that good of an idea right now. At the very least, storms and fires also have storm and fire versions of ice spells that they can possibly use, and whenever they use them, I breathe a sigh of relief because it means I don't have as much damage to worry about in that particular turn. And there's the Myth Shield finally. Unfortunately, Myth does not have a damage over time yet. It will get one eventually, just not right now, unfortunately. In fact, there are only 2 schools that do not permanently learn a damage over time, and I get the strange feeling that that will change eventually. I'm not entirely sure when. Those 2 schools are Balance and Storm. Not entirely sure why, but they don't get them. Let's see if we can possibly get like a frost beetle or something like that. There's a frost beetle, just to make sure it dies. In terms of when schools get their first damage over time,
your triumph means nothing, young wizard. You shall never possess the Krokonomicon. I sealed the Krokonomicon in the sarcophagus of the souls long ago. When the Dark One woke me, imagine his dismay to find the sarcophagus had already been taken.
Great.
Much like the dismay I see on your face. I hope the Order enjoys your victory. Hello, as it is.
Krokopatra's laughter echoes in the empty chamber until silence reigns at last.
Anyway, as I was saying, schools when schools get their first damage over time. Fire obviously gets it at level 5. Ice gets it actually from this particular quest. Death gets it from the last quest, obviously. The last spell quest, I should say, the one from the Crocosphinx. Myth gets it at level 68. So it's got a while to wait. Granted, it's not entirely necessary, it's just, it would be nice. And Life gets their first damage over time at level 88. They have to wait even longer. Why is it that Life always has to wait the longest for particular spells of a certain type? It's gotta wait the longest for its first hit all enemies spell, and it's also gotta wait the longest for its first damage over time spell. Obviously, in terms of heal over time, it gets one a lot sooner than that, but in terms of damage over time, yeah, it's gotta wait a while.
Amazing. By defeating her, you stopped the Tut army.
That I have.
You have done very well, young wizard. Thanks to your efforts, I can now rest in peace. I'm sorry you did not find the Krokonomicon, but when you do, I can think of no better person to protect it than you.
Thank you.
The strangers here fought bravely against the Tut army and should know you have ended the threat. Return to the surface and report your success.
Woo. And, damn it, Matthew, have failed me. I thought I was gonna level from this, but nope.
So, you defeated the mighty Krokopatra, have you? You're fast becoming the stuff of legend, young wizard.
Apparently so.
Without a leader, the Tut should be easy to manage now. As much as you helped me, I must seem pretty ungrateful. Here's what I can do. It's something inside the sarcophagus of the souls you're looking for, eh? A book, right? We ship the sarcophagus off to the Royal Museum on Marylebone with some other artifacts. Take this Marylebone spiral key and go through the spiral door to Marylebone. Private Kinchley will help you find that book you're after. You've got to recover it before it's used for evil.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do that before ending off the episode, because I like starting new worlds in their own part. But, like I said, Marleybone is not gonna be the first world is not gonna be, the next world we do. The next world we do is gonna be Wisteria.
Private Kinchley gives you a winning salute.
Welcome to Marleybone, Wizard. I'm under orders to direct you wherever you need to go.
Thank you.
The sarcophagus?
Level-
You'll need to speak with the curator in the museum. He'll know how to help.
Alright then. Well, actually, before I end the episode off, I do have some spells to go over. What the other schools get from completing Krokotopia, or defeating Krokopatra. Same general idea. Balance gets Hex, which is a plus 30% universal trap. Pretty nice. It's technically Balance's trap, because they don't get it before then, which is a little odd, but whatever. Death gets Beguile, which turns the target to your team for 1 round. Technically 2 if you go first. Fire gets Choke, which is a stun to all enemies for 1 round, which is pretty nice. Life gets Guidance, which is a plus 10% accuracy charm to all friends. And not amazing, but not horrible. Myth gets Cleanse Ward, which removes a single trap from the target. Obviously, it's only usable on yourself and allies. And then Storm gets Cleanse Charm, which removes a negative charm from the target, like say a weakness, which makes it very, very useful for storms. And just everyone in general, actually. I'm going to start carrying TCs of it later on when weaknesses actually start becoming a bit more annoying. I'm not going to do it now because there's not much of a reason to, but later on we're going to be encountering spells that can put minus 90% charms on you. So I'm going to start carrying them around when we get there. So I'm going to start carrying Cleanse Charm TCs when we get there. I'm trying to remember something else that I need to do. No? No, actually that's it. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, what level are we right now? 23. That is pretty nice. In 2 levels, we'll be able to get Elemental Blade along with doing the level 25 dungeon that we can do. And then, oh yeah, there is technically one more thing that I have to do in Wizard City, because we unlock the ability to do it at level 22, and I forgot to do it. Like a dip crap. That took a while. That took a while to load. Don't know why, but it did. I forgot to grab a spell. It's not an overly important spell aside from getting the Master of badge, but hey, I want that Master of badge, so it would be pretty stupid of me to forget it until I hit level 48, did the spell quest for it, and it was like, wait, why don't I have the badge? And then I realized, oh wait, it's because I forgot this certain spell. Yeah. Anyway, I'll be honest, I'm looking more forward to Blizzard rather than the level 28 spell, because the level 28 spell for Ice is its first minion, and honestly, I don't like minions. It would be nice if it were kind of like in most Final Fantasy games where you can pick both what your character is going to do along with your other party members. But unfortunately, minions are just AI instead. So yeah. Oh, I also forgot to. This is the spell that was actually important for that badge, but this one is important just in general. Obviously, reshuffle. Reshuffles all used cards back into your deck. So if you're like down to one card, so if you're down like to, so if you're out of cards except for that one reshuffle, all of these will be put back. All of these cards will be put back. All of these cards will be put back. Your DCs won't be refilled, so you can't cheat like that. But quite frankly, I don't see why you would want to cheat in the first place. I am going to keep a couple of frostbites in, but not many. Also, oh, just gonna say it now, I am going to wait to buy level 25 gear until after I do the level 25 dungeon. Just to mention it now. Anyway, I have been the Insane Wizard, and on the next episode of Let's Play Wizard 101, we shall be starting the world of Wisteria. See you then.